The NASCAR Xfinity Series race is officially included from Kansas Speedway, and we see a lot of attrition, a lot of crashes, and John Nemechek putting up a dominant clinic and winning at Kansas. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. I just got done watching NASCAR Xfinity Series race in Kansas Speedway, the Kansas Lottery 300. We had quite a bit to talk about from this race. Let's go and talk about it. So obviously coming to this race, he had a regular season battle between John Hunter trying to win the regular season championship with Austin Hill. And then, of course, he had the playoff battle going between Parker Kligerman and Riley Herbst for the last spot. Coming in this race, Riley Herbst was 1 point above of Parker Kligerman. So let's talk about the race. So Justin Allgaier led the field from the outside with Sammy Smith on the inside, and trouble would strike early going into turn number 1, with Nick Lights going way up in the racetrack going into turn number 1 and tried to clear himself in front of Anthony Alfredo. I have no idea what Nick Lights was doing there. That was a really stupid move on Nick Lights' part. Just cleared himself up. I'm not sure who his spotter was, but if his spotter did that, that was a really stupid move on the spotter's part. But that would take Anthony Alfredo out of any sort of contention he had. And disappointing for Nick Lights, too, who is making his debut. So then on the next restart, you had Justin Allgaier lead the field from the outside and Sammy Smith on the inside. And Justin Allgaier got a really strong restart and was able to clear for the lead. Sammy Smith and Cole Custer and Brandon Jones were trying to catch the leader, Justin Allgaier. But then on the second caution race, will come out for debris from Anthony Alfredo's car. They had a lot of damage from the first caution, and that would bring debris on the racetrack. And Justin Allgaier got some of that debris, and his brake pad stuck in between the splitter of the car, and he was able to keep it on there, but they were able to eventually get it off. And then Chandler Smith would come down pit road and inevitably took his car to the garage with an engine issue. Chandler Smith was fading early, and unfortunately his race would come to an end early, though he was able to get back on the racetrack and pace around. So then on the restart, you had Justin Allgaier lead the field from the outside with Cole Custer on the inside, and a really good battle up front between Justin Allgaier and Cole Custer, but Justin Allgaier was able to clear for the lead. But then coming down the front stretch to complete the lap on the restart, trouble strike for Sam Mayer, who unfortunately spun for the 13th position after some contact with Sheldon Creed. Sheldon Creed came down the racetrack, collected Sam Mayer, and unfortunately Kyle Weatherman got collected in the mess. Kyle Weatherman had nowhere to go and got into Sam Mayer, taking both those drivers out of contention in this race. That's just a racing incident, and deal to me, I'm going to put more blame on a racing incident than anybody else. So then on the next restart of the race, you had Justin Allgaier lead the field from the outside with Cole Custer on the inside, and John Hunter got a really good restart, though. We saw Justin Allgaier able to clear and take the race lead. Meanwhile, we saw Daniel Hemrick having some major trouble and some issues, and would go off the pace from 6th position and would have to come down pit road in what appeared to be a similar situation to what was going on with Chandler Smith at the time. Though he had gotten back on the racetrack, this would take Daniel Hemrick out of contention, though. By starting the race, he was locked in regardless. And then John Nemechek was able to catch up to Justin Allgaier and run him down, and was able to pass Allgaier for the lead. And John Hunter pulled away, and coming out the final corner, John Nemechek would win stage number 1. All lead lap cars would end up coming down pit road with Cole Custer winning the race off pit road, with John Hunter coming off in second. So then on the restart, Cole Custer lead the field from the outside with John Nemechek on the inside, and we saw John Nemechek get a really strong restart and was able to clear Cole Custer for the race lead. John Hunter kept the lead for a while, and then trouble would strike on lap number 60 when a caution would come out for a tire carcass on the racetrack from Jeremy Clements. But guess what? Cole Custer, who probably had a car that was capable of winning, hit the tire carcass and hit the outside wall, and this would take Cole Custer out of contention with the damage. I don't understand why NASCAR didn't call the caution sooner. They should have been right quick throwing the caution right there. Bad decision by race control, and unfortunately that cost Cole Custer a really strong chance of the day. He was fastest car in practice, thought he was going to have a chance to win. Unfortunately, his chances completely went out the window. So then on the next restart, you had John Nemechek lead the field from the outside with Justin Allgaier on the inside, and John Nemechek was able to clear for the lead. Meanwhile, on the restart, Parker Kligerman unfortunately missed a shift and kind of stacked everybody up, and Riley Herbst had nowhere to go and ran into the back of him, and unfortunately, this caused him to have a flat tire and had to come down the pit road to fix the damage, putting him 2 laps down. Real bad for Riley Herbst, a lot of bad luck and things have really been out of his control. Unfortunately, thought things were turning around at Darlington, but this would hurt Riley Herbst's chances at the time. And then on lap 75, 10 laps later, Brandon Jones, he was coming through the field, but unfortunately, he spun from 4th position coming off a turn. 4 just got loose out the corner and spun through the grass, bringing the caution out and would have to put on a pair of sticker or scuffed tires. So then on the restart, you had John Nemechek lead the field from the outside with Sammy Smith on the inside. He had a pretty decent battle going, I think, between John Hunter and Sammy Smith, but John Hunter inevitably was able to clear Sammy Smith for the race lead. As John Nemechek was able to pull away from Sammy Smith, and coming out the final corner, he would win stage number 2. Then, under the caution, most leaders came down pit road except Brandon Jones, who stayed out by saving his tires and running a little bit lower off the pace than the leaders. Because then, of course, John Hunter also won the race off pit road. So then on the restart, Brandon Jones lead the field from the outside with John Nemechek on the inside, and John Nemechek got a really, really strong restart and was able to clear for the lead. Going down the backstretch, going to turn number 3, trouble would strike when Sheldon Creed would move up the racetrack, and unfortunately, this would collect Sammy Smith, Justin Allgaier, and Brandon Jones. I have no idea what Sheldon Creed was doing there. I don't know where his spotter was in this race, but his spotter apparently told him maybe he was clear, and he wasn't clear. Went up the racetrack, collected Sammy Smith. Sammy Smith, rightfully so, was not happy with Sheldon Creed in the instant because you got to use your spotter, and you got to be smarter in those situations. Unfortunately, this would take Sammy Smith out of the race, and Justin Allgaier and Brandon Jones at the time out of contention in this race. Sammy Smith fell out of the race, but Justin Allgaier went multiple laps down. So then on the restart, you had Austin Hill lead the field from the outside with inside and John Hunter on the inside, and I believe John Hunter was able to clear for the race lead. And as the run continued on, John Hunter continued to dominate, pulled out about 4 or 5 second lead. And then with 73 laps to go, Riley Kurtz would have to come down pit road once again with the flat right front tire. He was driving up to the field and was coming through the pack, but there was nothing he could do and had to come down pit road. And then with 63 laps to go, another caution would come out for Matt Mills, who got into the right rear of Roger Kroof and unfortunately spun him out in this race. I don't know what Matt Mills was trying to do. They were battling for 19th position at the time and got into Roger Kroof. Tough break for Roger, got collected something that was not even his fault. So then all the lap cars would come down pit road with 61 laps to go, with John Nemechek winning the race off of pit road, followed by Josh Berry, Austin Hill, Sheldon Creed, and Parker Kligerman. And then on the restart, John Nemechek lead the field from the outside with Josh Berry on the inside, and John Nemechek was able to clear for the race lead. And then the final caution in the race would come out with 56 laps to go for Roger Kroof, who spun from 20th position in turn number 3 after, I think, some contact from somebody. I'm not entirely sure, but that's the third incident. Roger had a tough day for him after a great day at Darlington. Unfortunate, his chances for a great run came to an end. And then the final restart of the day would come out with 50 laps to go with John Nemechek leading the field from the outside with Josh Berry on the inside. And Brandon Jones got a really, really strong run and was inevitably able to get up to second position, but John Hunter was able to pull away. And then John Hunter continued to pull away, continue his dominating day. Brandon Jones' time's a little bit faster. You also have Parker Kligerman, who was moving through the field. It would not be enough, though, for Brandon Jones as he fell 7 seconds back. And coming off the final corner, John Hunter leads around 150 of the 200 laps and picks up his 6th victory of the 2023 season. Toyota's 200th win in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and also, unfortunately, doesn't clinch a regular season championship, picks up another 5 bonus points going into the playoffs. Major congratulations to John Nemechek. This absolutely is a statement week. Obviously, it was announced earlier in the week that John Nemechek will be headed to Legacy Motor Club in the Cup Series next year, which I think is a great pickup for Legacy going into 2024. This is a statement win for them. That's his 4th win in the last 10 races. I think he is absolutely, right now, the favorite to win the NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship. Granted, Austin Hill has also been good, but I think John Hunter right now is the favorite to win the championship. A well-deserved win. I do believe that Cole Custer and Justin Allgaier probably would have had something, and maybe Sammy Smith too, if not for the incidents they were involved, but he survived all the carnage and got the victory. Huge congratulations to John Hunter on picking up the win. So now, let's go ahead and take a look at the race results, and I'll give you my score and thoughts on today's race. So John Nemechek picks up the victory. Brandon Jones finished the second. This is a track that I had circled for Brandon Jones where I thought he was going to have a chance and an opportunity to win. And it looked really, really good, but unfortunately he didn't have anything for John Hunter at the end of the race. But a really great effort for Brandon Jones. He had a really great comeback day too. Had a couple instances he was involved and still came back to finish second. What a day for Brandon Jones second, but unfortunately does not make it to the playoffs. Sheldon Creed finished third, despite having a couple incidents. A very solid run for Sheldon Creed, finishing in the top 5. He had one of the fastest cars near the end of the race, and I thought he was going to have a chance to get up there, but unfortunately finished third. Great day for him. Parker Kligerman finishes 4th. How about that for Parker Kligerman? One of his best runs on ovals this year, and guess what? Because Riley Herbst's issues came into play, he makes the 2023 NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs. Absolutely incredible, absolutely amazing for Parker Kligerman. This team pretty much did everything right outside of the restart issues. A fantastic day for Parker Kligerman in fourth and gets the race in the playoffs. Get you some of that. Parker Kligerman got a lot of stage points and did everything he had to do. And I think this team could be a very big surprise dark horse for the championship this year. Austin Hill finished fifth, just didn't have anything for John Hunter at the end of this race or really at all today. But guess what? Despite not having a great car, he still finished fifth and clinches the regular season championship by 2 or 3 points. And everything he had to do, scored some stage points, have anything for the win. But congratulations to Austin Hill on winning the regular season championship. Josh Berry finished sixth. Not sure what happened to him. His car was really good in the end of this race. Fell back from second to sixth. Seemed like his car faded in the long run, but he still gets a very solid top 10 finish. Brett Moffitt finished seventh. Solid day for this number 25 team. One of his better races of 2023. This historically is a great track for Brett Moffitt. Won the truck race here with GMS in 2020. Solid day for Brett Moffitt in seventh place. Derek Kraus finished eighth. Good run for Derek Kraus. Ran top 10 pretty much all race long. The 11 car shows some great pace and great speed and gets a very solid top 10 finish. Great run for Derek Kraus. Joe Graf Jr. finished ninth. Got to give him credit. Got a top 10 with Joe Gibbs Racing. Obviously, the 19 car should do a lot better than what he did, but to get a top 10, I think, is a solid run. One of his better runs this year with the 19 team. And Kaz Grala gets 10th. Very solid run. Survive all the carnage and the drama and gets a very solid top 10 finish. I think Sam Hunt Racing is building something. Parker Retzlaff finished 11th. Another decent day for Parker Retzlaff, finishing the top 15 back-to-back weeks. Can't remember the last time he did that. Parker Retzlaff has been impressive at times this year. Another good day for him. Jeb Burton finished 12th. Just another solid top 15 run for Jeb Burton. Ran there all day. Good run for Jeb Burton. Josh Williams finished 13th. Ran top 15 and had top 10 speeds at times throughout this race, which is extremely impressive. He's been good at times. He's been improving throughout the year. Solid run for Josh Williams in 13th. Connor Mosak finished 14th. Decent run for him with Sam Hunt Racing. Obviously picked up his first career ARCA win yesterday. Congrats to him on that. And backs it up with a decent top 15 finish in 14th. And Jeremy Clemens, despite the flat tire yet, recovers, finished 15th. Decent run for him. Mason Massey gets top 20 in 16th place. Ryan Ellis finished 17th, was in the top 10 at points, so solid run for that driver. Justin Allgaier finished 18th. Justin Allgaier, in my opinion, probably would have had something for John Hunter at the end of this race. One of the fastest cars. Unfortunately, had nothing near the end, but nonetheless, not a great day for Justin Allgaier, but at least recovered a little bit. Matt Mills finished 19th. Kyle Seek finishes in 20th. Dawson Cramp finished 21st. CJ McLaughlin finished 22nd. Riley Herbst, after his issues, finished 23rd. And unfortunately will not make the 2023 NASCAR Xfinity Playoffs pending post-race inspection. Tough break for Riley Herbst. He's had a lot of bad luck recently. I remember at one point where he's in contention for the regular season championship in Xfinity and now will not get to run for the playoffs. Really disappointing. What a shame for Riley Herbst. I think it's the first time since going full-time in Xfinity that he's missed the playoffs. What a shame for that driver. Joey Gase finished 24th. Garrett Smithley finished 25th. Leon Honey finished 26th. He actually took over that 66 car for, I believe, Timmy Hill qualified that car in. I think it was a driver decision, a driver swap. Anthony Alfredo finished 27th. Brendan Poole finished 28th. Raj Group, after his issues, finished 29th. Ryan Seek finished 30th. Nick Lights in his debut finished 31st. Chandler Smith, despite the electrical issues, did come back a little bit and finished 32nd. Blaine Perkins finished 33rd. Daniel Hemrick, after having his issues, finished 34th. Sammy Smith finished 35th. Cole Custer finished 36th. Sam Mayer finished 37th. And finishing last in 38th place is Kyle Weathering. So now, let's talk about the overall race as a whole. I'll give you my score on this race. Honestly, this race is really, really tough to score. On one hand, there was good racing in the first half of this race, but unfortunately all that good racing was affected by a lot of the attrition early. There were 8 or 9 cautions in the first 100 laps of this race. Once all the attrition happened, though, I feel like it kind of got a little bit boring. There was good racing throughout the field for sure, but no one really had anything for John Hunter, and sometimes you're going to have those races. I still think Kansas is a great racetrack. We saw a great truck race. I don't think the Xfinity race was as good. I am going to give today's NASCAR Xfinity Series race overall a 7 out of 10. Like I said, there was good moments of this race for sure, but once all the attrition happened, all the good contenders got taken out, this became a dominant day. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. So, that is going to be today's NASCAR Xfinity Series race review from Kansas Speedway. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. List description below that, and comment your thoughts below on today's race. What are your thoughts on today's race? Let me know below. Let me know your score in the comments below, and congratulate John Nemechek on putting up and picking up a dominant victory. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Tomorrow on the channel, we have the NASCAR Cup Series race preview for the Hollywood Casino 400 from Kansas Speedway. Then on Monday, we'll have a NASCAR news video on the channel, along with, of course, the race picks for the Truck Series race at Bristol, where their playoffs are going to go into the round of 8. And then on Tuesday, we'll have 2 videos, while the NASCAR Xfinity Series race picks for Bristol. And then, of course, we'll have the Noah Gragson video dropping on the channel as well. Got a lot of great content that I not wait to share with you all. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.